Hey y'all, if you're watching the replay, make sure you follow, not just like. That way you'll be alerted when we have another live video or if we have a new video at all. I'm going to give everybody a chance to jump on and for Chris to set up the computer so I can turn the comments off on my phone so I can see everything, you can see everything. But remember when you jump on to say where you're from. A lot of your names are extremely familiar now. Now I just need to get used to where you're from. Hey Peggy Adams. Let's see, Tracy, Corey. Let's see, there it goes up there. So it should pop up, Chris. All right, so I'm gonna turn the comments off here. Hey Melissa. Is that a wave, a hand wave? It's a little bit smaller on here. Glad you are feeling better. Yes, so my sinuses are still on fire, but I'm still here. Feeling a lot better today. Yesterday I was feeling pretty puny. Or either I've just gotten used to it now. Hey, Melissa from Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, Pennsylvania. Hello from MI. What's that, Minnesota? I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, minus 11. It's just 50. Well, I guess it's probably back in the 30s now. The high today was 50. Hey, Dolores from Georgia. Dolores, was it pretty today? It was actually pretty today here. No rain, and it's not calling for any more rain until Thursday here, but that's now. Maybe it'll change before then. But y'all, Texas is getting snow, like Austin, Texas, places that I don't think. All right, from South Africa. All right, cool. We're on another continent tonight. All right, from Texas. You have twins watching you tonight. Oh, okay, you mean twins. Okay, I thought you meant like, are my cats sitting behind me? Kentucky. Hey, Ann, good evening to you too. All right, listen, I went ahead and I know we talked about this, and little by little, I cut my fabric. It was like a tablecloth. I don't even know how to begin to tell you what kind of cloth this is. It's rolled up in a ball at Hobby Lobby. It's like moss, but on the other side is some kind of like almost insulation filling stuff. This is what I'm going to use for my placemat. This is going to be my charger. So I thought I would need 10 of these, but let me see if I can get my more even. Okay, but I ended up 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 worked out to be perfect because really I think once I put like 3, I have 3 chairs down the side and 2 on each end. I feel like these are almost going to touch, so I may have to cut about 1 inch on each side. So I just thought 10 was a little much. But what I did was I laid out 10 of my regular paint sticks. Just line them up. I actually used the big stick. Let me see if I've got one down here open. Let me open a pack so I can show you. Before I cut the big ones, because I actually did use 3 5-gallon. I just laid this down so my paint sticks would have, let me put that one right there. My paint sticks would have something to help me line them up. And you just need to gauge how long you need it. Like, say I have this piece of paper down, I can take my pen and, you know, if I say I've measured how, I just make a little slash here, slash here. It's good. Put 2 on the end and put out the number you want. And then, I mean, if you look at this, it's not perfectly even. Like I can tell right here is a little bit further apart than here, but it still is okay. It does not have to be perfect. If it has to be perfect, then measure each one out. But that's how I use for my guide. Once I laid out all 9, I had those down first. I took my paint, my 5-gallon paint stick, and I just laid it across here. Took my pen, made a little mark because you want to at least be halfway on here, halfway on here. And remember, you can see through it and you want it to look like a picket fence. So this is how you need to measure. Like you could take a couple of these and kind of cut them together and maybe put them together on the back of here. But just make sure you don't see any of these seams like up front, you don't want to see that two of them come together right there. You want it to be fairly neat. You want it to look like a picket fence. Love that. Hello from Patriot, Indiana, Troy, Iowa, North Dakota. Hey, Sherry. But remember, okay, so you're just going to eyeball it. Once you get it there, make your little pin mark, cut this, and then I did one to the side. So see, this one is cut a little bit at an angle. That way, this is going to be the top. This is just how you're going to glue it together. But once you put it on your placemat, this is how it will be. Now, I'll tell you, I forgot to cut these little points until after I put it all together. And I was able to put it on the end of the table, and I cut each one, but I guarantee you it'll be a little bit easier if you cut your points. If you cut your points before you put it together. I mean, it's not impossible. It would just be a little bit easier. But you see how these are not perfect. You do not want it perfect, especially if you're kind of more farmhouse. Remember, I mean, they do not need to be perfect. I just sat here, put them on the end, and literally just cut, hold on, just like this, a point. So no measuring or anything, but I would suggest put it on this end. I thought it was cuter with the little indent at the top. But no measuring is necessary. The only thing you want to measure is how far you want your paint stick. So what you're going to do is flip it over the end. Now you can paint this, it's raw wood, any way you want it. If your plates are white, paint it maybe how we've been liking that agave paint. Any kind of Easter color. You can actually paint it the fawn color, which is like a jute color. If you like just, I always don't know how to do this, the mirror. The jute color. Get the color Waverly and Walmart called fawn. And it's going to give you about the closest to jute that you can get. And then you can put a little white on it, whitewash it a little bit. Be really cute if you want to stick to the farmhouse. Paint it white and do like a shiplap type thing. If you're at the beach, you know, this would really be good. More like a driftwood. That would be really pretty. But yes, it does look cute exactly the way it is. Well, my plates, I'm not going to have white, and this is pretty dark. So once I set this on here, I'm going to paint mine white, but I am going to distress it just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And then my plate, I haven't decided, but what I'm leaning towards is the burlap that I got, which is almost like a really light moss, I would say, sagey color. I like the fact that it's, and we can go ahead and decoupage this in a minute and I'll show you. And the reason why I like this, imagine this white and this, because I'm always really bad about buying loud, not loud, but the napkins for Easter. You tend to pick up, has Easter bunnies, anything on it. And you can't see it if I used a busy material for my plate. So I'm kind of thinking of going with this two-tone. And I ordered me some linen napkins from Amazon, and they have a hem stitch all the way around it. And I'm going to ask Miss Pam, sweetheart that she is, she does needlepoint. If maybe instead of having, you know, a busy napkin just on the corner of each one, I mean, even if you did like a cross in this color. So I'll have white, you know, and then another shade of green, and then this white. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you how I decoupage this. And I only have one plate for right now, but these glass plates, like I always tell you, you can pick up at the Dollar Tree. And I love to decoupage cloth on them for any kind of plate, for my tablescapes. You can put napkin on them. It just is so, so pretty when you put a cloth on it. But I just turn it upside down. Got my decoupage over here. Now, what I've got to make sure I've got is a really clean brush, because you don't want to have any kind of color in your brush, because you want your, you know, your glue to dry clear. And I get matte decoupage. If you get gloss, you're gonna have like a little film on your glass when it dries. It's not terrible, but it's, oops, that's starting to come off. And it's probably because I leave them in the water all the time. But you know the best thing about this, you just throw a little bit of glue in them and stick it right back in there. Hey Marie from Tucson, Arizona, North Dakota. Missed you last night. Glad you are better. Yeah, I can't tell if I'm better, if I'm just really gotten used to it. From about here to here is just on fire. But if it would just stay one temperature here, we'll be okay. From Mississippi, we are down to 15. How in Mississippi, y'all kind of on the same, unless you're like north. I guess in North Georgia, it has snowed and all that. I need to keep saying like, you know, I'm all of Georgia. But everybody else is getting snow. Buffy, what are you eating up there? Instead of having pancake supper at church tonight, we had pancake supper to go tonight, and the king cake. Buffy has decided to eat all of our king cakes. Well, I mean, excuse me, she's bitten off of everybody's king cake. Because what we do now, instead of like a cake, it's a, isn't it like a cinnamon roll, Buffy? A cinnamon roll the local bakery here makes, which I think a lot of places makes them. I think I have a hair in my thing. But okay, what I'm doing now, Sin, what shears do you use to cut the wood? A while ago, and this is long before like I started doing this crafting, in like a utility type, you know, when you go in like Lowe's or Home Depot or any place that sells tools in like a package where you may get like a heavy duty screwdriver. This came in a package. I want you to see that because I think you can buy just the scissors by themselves. That came with like heavy duty scissors, snips for outside, tin snips. And so I always say they're my heavy duty scissors. They're not good at, I can't really cut material with them, anything fine, but they are perfect when I have to cut like wood or anything that's, you know, kind of heavy duty. But if you get, let's see, a type of, here it is. They sell this in Walmart back in the floral section. And it's just like, looks like wire cutters. But before, if I haven't had those out here, the bigger pair will cut. You just may have to move it back and forth. Will cut wood also. Now, a small little pair like this, I'm not to say it would not cut it. But I wouldn't cut like a really big piece. But you see that did cut it a little bit. But it would only cut like this. I wish, as heavy duty as they are, they would cut my big, and they probably would if I did it really hard, but I tend to get Chris just to cut these for me. But yes, if you can come across these, and I would say you've got to get them in a hardware store. I don't think they say they're meant to cut steel. They're not like tin snips, but they are very heavy duty. I don't know how to explain it any better than that. I wish I would. But I'll try to look them up for you because I love those. Because you don't have to worry about them getting dull because they're not cutting anything like fabric. They won't. But they cut wood really well, especially all that wood we get from the Dollar Tree. And sometimes you got to put a little elbow grease behind it, but especially if you're making a precise little cut, like when I was making the points on these, I actually had to use 2 hands. But sometimes, especially the things at the Dollar Tree, the bigger little wood pieces, it's so thin that you don't even have to put a lot of pressure behind it. Now this is going to be a lot stiffer than when we do the thinner material. Like when you have material like this, it is super easy to decoupage it because it's so thin. This right here is just a little bit stiffer. So the only thing we got to do is just put an extra little bit of glue on it. You don't have to do anything really different to it. You're just going to have to really, it takes a second for it to soak in. Buffy, trying to think if she's got a squirt bottle that would really, really work well. Hold on for just a second. Let me grab that. Whoop. She has this for her plants. And I would say to help wet the material, I don't want to stick it back in my paintbrush water because if it's dirty, then it'll dry a little dirty. All you need to do is just wet the material really well. It's probably going to take it a little bit longer for it to dry, but that's why it'll be a little bit harder for this particular material. It's because it just takes it longer to get the glue in it. But yeah, it's starting to soak it up on the side. And just like before, I'm gonna glue it all down. I'm probably gonna put like a little jar of paint under it to get it up off the table because you don't want it to set on anything. This edge may stick to it. We'll put plenty of glue on it, and then I'm just gonna set it to the side. And normally I say just wait 24 hours. If it is cold as it kind of is right now, in the summertime, I would say it would definitely only take 24 hours. But right now, tomorrow we'll see. It may still be slightly damp, but you need to let it completely dry. Because once it completely dries, and I pick this up with hardly any water in, once it completely dries, you'll be able to cut it better around the edges and cut it really close to the edge. If it's completely dry. If not, it may pull away from the edge, and you don't want that to happen. You want it to really stick to the edge. Now, just like I've always said, you can eat off of these plates. You just can't submerge it in water to wash it. You're gonna have to like wash it with a wash. If you submerge it, what it does is it wets the cloth again and the cloth comes loose. The glue comes right off. You can decoupage it back down. The only thing that you've really wasted is your glue because nothing happens to the material. But I always like to keep mine like this, but instead of going and buying 8 more plates or 4 more plates every time a holiday comes up like I do, you can just, like I said, submerge them in water. The glue comes right off. It peels right off the plate. And you can just do it another color. But they're just $1, so I always go and buy 8 new ones. Hey, Mama. Mama, the flowers were really pretty. And Chris told me to be really careful with your Fiesta piece, but I knew exactly what it was when I held it up because I thought, why is she sending me some of her Fiesta? Running a little late. Stephanie from Louisiana, you haven't missed anything. I'm just touching on this before we get to our craft. I don't know if I want to like decoupage a little cross on my napkins or if I want to go with the bunny theme. I don't really know. Or needle point, I should say, on there. I'm hoping Pam will be able to show me and I can just get a good needle point. And what I'm doing is just getting really, really good all the way around the edges. Now, like I've told you in the past, these plates that you get from the Dollar Tree, right around the edges, it's got this thick bevel piece. Hold on. It's got this thick piece right around the edge. So when you cut it, it's so thick that if you don't cut it just perfect, you can't see because that piece is really thick. So once this dries, I'll just go all the way around it with a sharp pair of scissors and it'll be perfect. It's gonna dry just like it was. It just may take a little bit longer because this is a thicker material. Do you make some dishwasher safe? Stephanie, you can put it in the dishwasher. These glass plates, I'm pretty sure are dishwasher safe. This is just gonna come off. And I only ever had one person that I did not catch this Thanksgiving that submerged it in water. And it came off. And I guess the hardest thing about putting it back on here is you see how easy it is to put it on here when the material is too long. What I'm going to do is, and I probably could just use this since I don't have to, I'm not doing any more. Normally I do all 8 at one time. Let me close this back up. Got a little bit on the side. I don't think that's, and I usually have them lined up on my plate. I do them all at one time. I'll just set this on top of here. And you see how it's kind of overflowing on each side. I didn't have to really try to put it on there too perfect. The only time is if you have a scene, like if you have like a real pretty bunny, you may have to like put it on there perfect. But I never do that. I always just try to do like the same thing. Or fabric, it doesn't matter. But you see how it has to dry. Once it dries, I would just cut it off. If you got them wet and it come off, that is the hardest thing, is trying to get it back on here where the sides line back up perfect. But I mean, a lot of people, you know, tell me, they send them to me and tell me that they've fallen off and they've gotten them back on there just fine. That was the only one that I had to do that with that truck this summer, is he got it in there and I was like, what am I going to do? So it just started pulling loose. I pulled it loose, the glue came off of it, and I just decoupaged it back on there. And that was the hardest thing, is just getting the edges back, because I didn't have that overlap that I'm used to. But besides that, it's not the end of the world if it comes off. And it comes off very easy. So if you just like, after Easter was over and you're like, okay, I'm going to make some plates for 4th of July or for the summer, you just put this in water and it will lift right off. I mean, it's not on there forever. Now, if you use different kind of glue besides decoupage, maybe it's not going to come off. But I always use this Mod Podge and it would come off. I've never taken any of them off because, like I said, I just go get 8 more plates. But it's really good, and it doesn't dry cloudy if you use the matte. But let me put this over here on the side and we can get to our other craft. All right. So I'll have that ready tomorrow night, hopefully. I'll go ahead and paint this so we can at least see it put together. And I don't think my napkins get here. I'll have to look on Amazon. I don't think they get here for a few days. But hopefully when I have it all together, I'll be able to go in my box and get the bunny napkin rings that I made last year, because they're really cute. Okay, tonight what we're going to do is, I don't know if you followed me, back in the fall, we made a rag scarecrow. We're going to kind of use the same technique, except we're going to make a bunny one. And you're going to need these clippers like I had earlier today. Oops, I cut that one on the end. I hope I don't need that one. All right, let's see. All right, I think that's going to be one too many. So it looks like 6 is going to be good enough. Can y'all see this? Let me see. Okay, 6 sticks. All right, now let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now each one of these we're going to rag, but the center one we are going to make shorter, because that's going to be the top of his head. That's why I'm thinking I really need an odd number. Cynthia, did you hear anything about the lady with chest pains the other night? No, I did not. Seeing they have clothespins, kind of like balls at the top. Oh, at Joann's. Okay, no, I did not. And I hope she is okay. Yeah, I mean, she was like taking, yeah, that's kind of scary. But no, I have not heard anything back. But I will go on Messenger, because she is somebody that wanted a bunny pattern, and I will go on there and see if I can instant message her. Hopefully, I mean, when they make you go in the hospital, I know people can't come see you, but they do let you have your phones in the hospital, don't they? Or is it like they used to? Remember when you couldn't have your phone in the hospital, and now you can? Or I don't know. That would be awful. Hey, lady, hope you feel better. Thank you, Patty. I'm having like sweats now, but I think it's every time I sit right here, I get hot. I don't know if I get nervous for y'all, but maybe it is. Y'all make me nervous. I don't know why. I talk to y'all like y'all are all my best friends. You know, I'll sit here sometimes and I'll think, you know, oh, well, you know, Dolores, she said this. Or well, Rhonda that time said that my carrot looked like a fish. You know, like we're all friends. And I know we don't know each other, but I feel like we do. Sherry said nervous. I know, really. Okay. We just need the center to have that. But I'm thinking, should I cut two? Or is my bunny face... All right, I'm gonna cut the top to look like ears, and I'm wondering if I just cut this one down to here. I think if I cut two, he'll have too much space in between his bunny ears. Oops. But I think he's gonna be good. I wish I could use my 5-gallon sticks, but I don't think I could cut that one in the center. But they would be better. Let's see. Just to make sure. Nervous, yeah. Girl, you need a box fan. Listen, I've got one in my room, and this morning, y'all are gonna laugh when I tell you about this morning. I just really think these are too tall. Yeah. This morning, I woke up and I can't even oscillate my fan anymore. It just has to blow straight on me, especially when you're laying down. I don't know what it is about having hot flashes and your heart gets like level with you or something. My hot, you know, they're worse. They have to be worse for everybody when you lay down. It can't just be me. So I'm laying down and I've had it blowing straight on my face. Okay, so I'm just gonna make my little bunny ears come together. And I'm giving it a little round edge, y'all, because, you know, bunny ears aren't like pointy. So I just made these little curves and I'm fixing to cut it. Well, okay, my fan is blowing on me. It's not oscillating, so it's just blowing just wide open on my face. And my lips are so dry from this fan blowing right on me that when I went to like yawn or move my mouth, you can't tell it, but I split my lip. I split it. Like, I think it really started bleeding because it was so dry. So all day I've had at work, and I'm not a chapstick person. I don't lick my lips, and I just don't have that problem. So all day I've had this chapstick and I'm doing like this, and, you know, I'm sure everybody is looking at me because I'm not a chapstick person. Like, you know, is she got something contagious? But it's because my lip is, I mean, like right in the center is split from dry lips. It is, I mean, and Chris was looking at me like, well, what is wrong? Because I was like, oh, you know, I mean, and then it kind of was swelling a little bit. Like I had a busted lip, but it was just from my lips was so dry, and then I didn't have the heart to tell anybody what was going on because they already look at me like, you got a fan right now? Y'all all telling me it's 5 below at your house, and I'm like, I mean, I'm telling you, if Chris, it gets in what, the high 20s, low 30s tonight, if it wouldn't kill him, I would just open the windows and sleep like that. Because, I mean, I love to be under the covers. So how do you get under the covers when you're hot all the time? Well, as most people would say, you need to lose weight, and that would help. But I was so pitiful this morning. I mean, I was trying to hold it together so it would quit hurting like I had a split lip. But my chapstick was the only thing that was helping me. So all day I was just doing like this. And I know everybody was like, what is wrong with her face? Put Vicks just on the inside of your nostrils, and it helps so much. I'm going to have to try that because I can't shoot anything up my nose. I always told my mama that when I was young. You don't have to worry about me doing cocaine or anything because I can't put anything up my nose. I can't, like, shooting that stuff up. I cannot do it. It kills me. So just putting something right there will help me. Gosh, yes, because it's not running. I'm just, it's just on fire from about right there to right there. Oh my God, hot flashes are the devil, Sherry. They are. I mean, I don't even, like right now I'm sweating. And it feels good in here. I have no socks on. I'm just pitiful. Okay. Now that y'all know strictly how pitiful I am. Okay. Now it just looks like the devil. It's hard to hold up to show you because I can't put it together yet. So, here's our bunny. And I think I'm going to make this just a tad shorter. And we're going to rag each one of these a little bit different. I'm trying to pick this up, but I don't think I'm just going to be able to. I can't. Okay, so I think I'm going to put one on the outside of him, make his face just a little bit more round. Yeah, that'll help. And, yep. But y'all, was pitiful. I mean, who gets a split lip? Who gets a split lip from just trying to blow the fan on you? I mean, I'm pitiful, y'all here. All right, so I'm doing this just a little bit more on the outside, just so he's not so, but then that looks so fat. Let me leave my bunny the way it is. Don't ever have tested COVID. Oh, Mahala, do you mean like sticking it up? I need to go get tested. I think in the morning we're going to get it tested just because Neely wanted to come in town. We have Sterling, and even though nobody has symptoms, I still, you know, I did look it up, and it says that, like, thinking you have a sinus infection can be a symptom. And so nobody else has any here, but I just have to know before I go around all kind of people. Girl, bless your heart. You're so funny. Put a smile on my face, and family ask why I'm laughing. Yeah. Hope you don't have COVID test. Oh, I mean, when they told me it wasn't going to be that bad, so don't tell me they're going to stuff something up my nose. Yeah. Yeah. That's not going to be good. But yeah, I can't put stuff up my nose, but putting little Vicks right there sounds like I could take that. Witch hazel sprayed on your forehead brings your hot flashes down, cools you down. Witch hazel. Now, Lynn, where do I get witch hazel? Because I am not above trying everything. You could curve the bottom of the outside sticks. Look at y'all. I'm just a hot mess right now. And I don't mean hot like I'm hot. I mean like I'm literally hot. Okay. Hot. I need y'all to come craft with me. And if I do have COVID, we're going to be some crafting up people. What am I going to do for how many days? Chris will be so sick of me. Poor baby. He'll probably want to know, can he go back to work? My whole house will look like Hobby Lobby threw up in it because I don't have anything else to do. I'm blowing up Amazon. Yeah, we better hope I don't have COVID. Bless your heart. Drugstore and Walmart, witch hazel. You buy it in like the vitamin section. Okay, that looks really good. We rounded off the edge on each end. I'll show you one half. We rounded off the edge on it. Okay. What we're going to do is rag some of this material. And I tried to get a material that's all the same. But now when we did our scarecrow in the fall, we used different material. Different colors. We used all the same type of material. But I always like to rag one piece because this side isn't going to be ragged. And then this does. So I'm not going to do anything with that piece. It's just going to be scrap. And just like with the carrot we did the other night, I'm just going to tap a little glue right here and start down here at the bottom. And I'm going to have to go at a weird little angle to give it that little curve that we did. Bless your heart, yes. Bless your heart, I need you right now. Your mama is all over the place. Laugh out loud, sin. I burned my bottom lip last week with a hot glue. How did you burn your lip? I burned my finger, flicked the hot glue, then put my finger to my lip. Still had hot glue between my fingernail. Oh my gosh, I bet you did. So then you probably looked like, oh my gosh, your lip was all like you had a cold sore on it. Oh man, I bet that hurt like crap, because it hurts when you're on your finger. And you know, kind of like on your finger, you touch your lip constantly. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But Rhonda, you're not the one that said my my carrot looked like a it looked like a fish. I would say, yeah, it's kind of payback. You said my carrot looked like a fish. Alcohol peroxide. Ouch. Yes, I mean, I bet you were a hot mess. Like on your lip, did it like burn it really bad, or did it just kind of scorch your skin where it just burned all the time? Gosh, that would hurt. Especially my hot glue gun, because it gets really hot. It can't be any worse than me with my fan lip this morning. But don't think tonight I'm not going to sleep with it blowing right on my face again. I'll just know in the morning, instead of yawning really big, to make sure I, grease up my lips real quick before I do that. That was the other Rhonda. Yeah, she was the one that spelled Rhonda without an H. You are a delightful person. Thank you, Peggy. I almost died the same. I almost did the same thing last week. Burnt my thumb with the hot glue and went to put it in my mouth, but stopped myself. Nice blister on my thumb. That Ryobi. Oh, it was my Ryobi. Oh, man. So, yeah, you probably had a nice little blister, because this gets hot. And sometimes I hate that it gets so hot, but then I love it when you're doing big projects and you don't have to rush, and put something down because the glue's fixing to get, as John would say, that's not a word, getting ready to dry. Am I the only country person that says fixing to do something? I mean, I'm just thinking, I'm 46. It's kind of too late. I'm never going to be grammatically correct, ever. I can try for my girls, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. So I think I'm just going to kind of start back, trying to just say, or not trying to, but not worrying about me saying fixing to, because I just like saying fixing to. It's not bad. Taking the test, Grand and I came back positive. Hubby came back negative. Yeah, Chris and Buffy have absolutely no symptoms. And I always have sinus problems, but then you read stuff on Facebook, like people think they're doctors on Facebook, and they're like, oh, well, all I thought was I had sinus infection and I had COVID. And then this person said, I thought I had COVID and I just had a sinus infection. So I just need to really probably get tested. My mama had me at 46. Oh my gosh, Judy, that's how old I am now. I want some grandbabies, but I know I couldn't have any right now. Oh my God, can you imagine? Oh, well, that's probably why I got hot flashes, but no. I love your accent, thank you. I have fractured my right arm. Don't have any idea how, and broke it in a place Doc has never seen before. I done it back when I was sick. Been dealing with it ever since. But Haley, I remember when you got sick, it was like in end of November or right around Thanksgiving when you got sick. I say fixing to all the time. Thank you, Ann. Because, I mean, I made the mistake one night. Okay, here's one on this end. I love like the little strings. If you want to just keep sitting here messing with them. But there's one. And we'll do the next one. And I'm weird about which ones go. Y'all know how I am about which ones sit beside each other. I kind of want to mix the darker color in with the lighter, but that is polka dot. So I don't want to put the polka dot beside each other. So let's do this one. This is my favorite material. I love this material. I wish I could find it in like orange for carrots or something. It's just such a pretty fabric. Yeah, I'm country all the way. Sandy, my oldest son and his wife tested positive, but their daughter was negative. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. I mean, as long as, and it looks like it's a little, I say raggedy. rough down this side. So I may be able to use this. I actually bought by the yard, so it's a little bit different than these squares. Yeah, okay, so it's already that way. My oldest son and his wife, hubby gets tested again tomorrow. Yes, it's not healing. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I can remember my sister, Stephanie. I hope you're watching. They always say, do not say my name. She broke her foot. What did Stephanie break? Her foot, her shin bone, something. She doesn't drink milk. She doesn't eat anything with milk in it but cheese. And obviously she doesn't eat enough because he kept telling her, eat Tums. Because if you don't get some calcium, when you come back in here, that foot's not going to be healed. It's like her shin or something. She had a cast on below her knee all the way down to her foot, her toe. Well, sure enough, when she went back in there, Mahala, she did not eat. She didn't eat. I mean, her bone wasn't healed. So she had to leave that cast on her leg. So she was eating Tums like they were candy after that. So that's my only suggestion, is to eat some Tums if you don't eat milk. Drink milk, eat milk. I have never broken a bone, ever, in my entire life. So, I don't know. And I mean, I'm not a huge milk drinker. I was an athlete, but I don't want to say clumsy, because just because you break a bone don't mean you're clumsy, but that's just one thing I've never done, broken any bones. So I don't have any words of wisdom. Orange is my favorite color. I really like orange and green. I can't say that to Chris because it's probably some football team's colors. I do love red and black. Black's probably my favorite color. But just really bold colors like an emerald green, any shade of green. But I do like orange too. And you know, like Sandra Bullock said, that is just not my color wheel. Orange. Remember, for some football team, it'd be proud of me. Tennessee's football colors are orange. Somebody's orange. I think I'm right though. I live in Ohio, but raised in the South, Sandy. All right. Did they all pick on you the way you talk? Love those colors. Yes, I think they're really pretty too. And I'll tell you, I don't know if you can go back and look in my pictures of the scarecrow that we did. I wish it was out, but it's just all up in the middle of my stuff with the rag. He was really cute, and we did different colors. So I don't think that, like, if you wanted to bring in yellows, light greens, pinks would be really pretty. I just actually had so many different fabrics of the same shade that let's bring this right in the center. And this looks just like a cloudy, almost tie-dye color. Now this is going to... That doesn't have a rag on that end. My foster sister's mom from Mississippi, she would come to pick her up for a visit. She would say, Darla Mae, hurry up, time's passing. I left my pocketbook in the car. Loved her accent. Pocketbook? You don't say pocketbook? What you say, purse? Rhonda? Miami Dolphins, orange and green and white. Lynn, that's because you're from Pensacola, down there in Florida. Yes, Tennessee. Yes, I'm from the South, but live in Ohio. I say kind of words wrong. Listen, I have a friend who is from the North. I want to say like Jersey or something. But she's lived here so long, and she is one of the countryest talking people I know. But then she throws some Yankee accents in there too. I think she even says rough, like rough. Rough is from the North, but then she says it with a country accent. Her name is Linda. She is the cutest. She's my little Oompa Loompa friend. She's but like 5 feet tall, 4.5 feet tall. But she is a hoot, and she's like that. She kind of has a mixed accent, but a heavy Southern. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I wish I could record her one day. because she does talk with a really country accent, but she pronounces her words like she's from the north. It's kind of weird, but it's funny weird. I'm from the south. Purse. Rhonda, you say purse, I say pocketbook. Most everybody I know says pocketbooks. That must be a southern thing. Tennessee Vols are orange and white. Yes. But most of us call soda pop. No, I call it grab me a Coke. A soda. I definitely do not call it pop. I don't even think I call it soda either. I think I call it whatever it is. If it's Coca-Cola, it's a Coke. If it's Sprite, it's a Sprite. I don't think I say pop or soda. But if I did, I would probably say soda. Some kind of soda. Yes, pocketbook and wash rag. Yeah, definitely a wash rag. What do you say? Dish? You can't say dish towel if it's your wash rag. What do you say if it's... Yeah, I'm so dumb. What do you say if you don't say wash rag? Grab me a washcloth. Okay, y'all probably say washcloth, but yes, I say wash rag. Purse in Ohio. Yeah, pocketbook. Every now and again I may say purse, but it's a pocketbook. What kind of pocketbook you got? Dish rag. Dish rag and a wash rag. Washcloth. Yeah, no, I don't say washcloth. That's way too fancy for me. I probably would try if I was in front of somebody and they were like, oh my gosh, what is that? Like you're at a shower or something. Oh, it's a washcloth. No, girl, that's a rag. If y'all knew me, that's exactly what I would say too. No, girl, that's a rag. Quit trying to be all fancy. Please say Jennifer, you're horrible. Okay, let me tell you how, I don't know if it's a Southern thing. It's probably a Cynthia thing. I guess, and I hear my mother say it. So, Mama, if you're on here, it's really your fault. Jury. I don't say words. I'm kind of like, if I find a word, I don't make up words. I just say them, and nobody's ever corrected me. Like, jury is jewelry. And I can remember when Chris and I started dating, he was like, what's jury? I'm like, who doesn't know what that is? What do you call it? And he says, jury. Jury is jewelry. Your jury. And the other one is chimney. Chimney. Chimney is what I would always say. Chimney. The chimney, smoke coming out the chimney. And Chris and I are like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, the chimney. And then he wants me to spell it. So I spell it and he goes, Cynthia, there's no L in chimney. But then I hear my mama say it. So I know it's my mama. But nobody ever corrects you. And so you just grow up and it's jury. One of my kids even says jury. So Jennifer, I can't catch my breath. Y'all, Jennifer was one of my best friends growing up. Jennifer, that was not fair for you to make me have to say something like that. Okay, hold on. I got a bunch of spit in my mouth and laughing. Hold on. Laugh out loud. Please say oil. Is that not how you say oil? Hold on. Pocketbook, wash, dish rag, and Coke unless I'm ordering. Then I call it a Coke, a Sprite, etc. Shelly, me too. What is in the middle of my head? I sweat. All right. I can't catch my breath. Please say oil. You're a hoot, girl. You are so precious. I love watching you make my day. Debbie, you're so sweet. You're not making fun of me, which is funny. Don't think that you're not hurting my feelings by laughing because I think it's hilarious because Chris still. And listen, my worst thing to say, Jennifer, while you just busted me on out, is I say done a lot. You know how you grow up and you don't care how illiterate and country bumpkin you sound, but then you have kids and you don't want to be quite so country bumpkin. So you try to correct yourself. So Chris never corrected me when we were dating because I probably would have slapped him. But once we had our girls, I think he would just kind of try to slip in there. Okay, girl, you're a little too country. You need to quit. So I was really bad about saying done. I done that. I say it bad all the time now. But I at least catch myself. But he calls me all the time. He says I'm his little dun-dun. So when he says that, you know he's being a smart ass. But he says that all the time. And yes, I'm fixing to all the time. Shelly, who doesn't say that? You all think we sound funny up here. Yes, y'all are hilarious. But I think y'all think we are hilarious too. It's just in the South. I think we just make up our own thing. Like Worcestershire sauce. What's this here? What's this here sauce? I'm Ohio. I talk like you and my grandkids laugh at me. She, my godsend, just love you. Chris, I was just telling them, Jennifer is on here and she said, say jury. Jewelry, talking about jewelry. So, and then I had to tell them about dun-dun. This night is too funny. Yes. He's laughing. I told him I was your little dun-dun. I still say it all the time. He knows what I'm talking about. I mean, it'd be different if I was speaking another language. He would not know what I was saying, but he knows what I was saying. So it doesn't count if you know, if somebody can understand you. That's how when we watch Swamp People in Louisiana, when they kill crocodiles, they put the words at the bottom of the screen and I can follow along. I don't need the words. And Chris is like, how do you understand what they're saying? I guess he's speaking my language. I love the drawl. No fixing to in Washington. Yeah, I bet y'all don't say that. Y'all probably say rough. Rough is the only thing I can think that y'all say, but I know there's other things. Your friend sounds like me. I lived with a guy from Connecticut for 13 years. I have a northern fast talk and a southern slang. I never could say aluminum, and folks would ask me to say it, so I would say it. Yeah, like somebody asked me to say oil a while ago. Well, how do you say oil, Chris? He says oil, too. So, is it oil? I thought it was just one syllable. Always laughing on here. Going to. That's the same thing as fixing to. I'm going to. I think I'm too old for that. I just need to stick with fixing to. And plus, it drives Chris and John crazy. But I messed up and said, you know what, if I ever say anything wrong, tell me. Well, I didn't even get the next sentence out my mouth where he said, okay, that's wrong. So I said, okay, shut up. Don't tell me what I'm saying wrong anymore. Because it would have been went on and on all night long. Going to. Where are you from? Peggy, I am from Georgia. From right here, right below Augusta, which, let's see, is about, if you're looking at Georgia, it's about halfway down the state on the border, because the Savannah River is on the border of my county. So, I mean, like right on the border, about halfway down. You'll see Augusta, and I'm about 20 minutes below Augusta. In the best little place called Waynesboro, Georgia. There's no better place in the world to live. So, us country bumpkins down here. A lot of people move here for Georgia Power. They come here to work. Probably the only reason why we're still here. My friend is a speech therapist in, what's MA? It's not Maine. Massachusetts, I don't know. Yeah, Massachusetts, they do not correct the kids in school that can't say the R's. Yeah, y'all say, hold on. I can't even say. In Cape Cod, take me down to the car. The car. Instead of the car. The car. It's funny to hear other people pick on their accents because, you know, as somebody from the South, I think we all just country draw. But evidently it's different. My country is different than, say, some other states. I don't know how, but I take it they are. Okay. Ooh, our little bunny is coming together. Y'all, we've only done 4 of these. I need to quit running my mouth. Okay. So I did that one, so I'm going to do one more light color. And I think we worked out the colors perfect. Okay, this has got like a little tear on that side, so we'll do this side. So we'll have to waste a piece. I'm only averaging around 2 pieces for a bunny. So, all right. And I'm starting at the bottom. You don't have to, whichever. I just kind of like ending at the top because it's got that main little point, but you can start on either end. And I'm not having to use very much glue. Ow, as I burn myself. Pennsylvania, love your accent. Us in Texas say fixing to also. All right, that's what I'm talking about. We all just grammar challenged. Fixing to go. Yeah, you know, like when you're on Facebook, I'm sure it never comes up probably on your northern Facebook pages, but it'll come up on Facebook all the time about take this test to see just how southern you are. And some of the questions will just be, I don't even know why they're on there. I'm like, does somebody really not know this? But so I guess it is, but I always get 100. Say, can you park the car in the garage? Park the car in the garage. Garage. Yeah. Can you park the car in the garage? I know that when I went down south at the first time to Virginia, the level of politeness made my heart melt. Oh, park the car. And there's no R in it. Y'all don't park the car. Can you park the car in the garage? Not garage. No, is too much fun. Oklahoma. Yeah, now we do have good southern hospitality. And I think maybe in the north, it's because y'all are so busy. Or maybe at big cities, they're really busy. Like, I couldn't imagine going into, like, when you walk into a little store here, or even when you walk into, like, the post office every morning, somebody holds the door for me, or I'll hold the door for somebody, and it's always like, you know, thank you, morning, even people you don't know, morning. Even you don't even have to see us southern people, you don't even have to say anything back to us. But you do have to say morning. How you doing? You don't have to say anything back. And you know when you said it too much in one day. I was leaving church. Was it Friday? Yeah, I think Friday. And I said to Pam, have a good weekend. And she went, you're welcome. That's when you know you've been polite way too much all day. Because you don't know what you're saying. You're just saying, you know, bye, you're welcome, thank you. Somebody is saying something to you. And so that's when I told her, I said, you know it's time to leave when you're saying you're welcome when somebody says, have a good weekend. Oklahoma here, no, it is too much fun. Oklahoma here, I said fixing to. Also, I do write better than I talk. No, mine is just as bad. Anybody heard from or about Darlene since Sunday evening? No, Shelly, but I'm going to instant message her when we get off, just to see, because I know she is one that wanted a bunny print, I believe, so I have her on my instant messenger. Or wave at everyone you meet on the road. Yeah, I mean, even if you don't know them, you want to make sure you know who they are. All right, we got our bunny done. Maybe I can hold it up. I'm going to put it together and then I'll hold it up. All right, let's see. Jennifer, I'm so glad you're watching me. Let me see if I got a little scrap piece right here. A little bit. We've got to catch all sides. Don't you hate when your friends move away, Jennifer? You know, they grow up and be big girls and move. I know people move away all the time, but it's just terrible. Don't you want everybody to just stay here with you? Never move away? All right, hold on. All right, this is the flat part, and this is the little roundy part. I had that upside down. All right, and I'm going to try to hold these as close as I can. I'm going to put my glue on here and then kind of... Yeah, like who don't want to live in the South forever? Not that I don't like the North, but I guarantee you, like when I go to big places and, you know, you open the door for somebody and like morning, hey, or you dip your head at them constantly. And when you have those masks on, when you smile, you can't see it. And I think that's kind of what's hurting us Southern people is, you know, sometimes you just like that, you just give that little grin and a nod. And when you got that mask on, you got to say thank you when somebody opens the door for you. And sometimes you just appreciate it, you know, and you keep going. But then, you know, they don't see that with that mask on. They just see, you know, like, what's that? So now you got to say howdy, thank you. Or in Pam's case, you know, you're welcome. Love it. You always bring joy to me. Oh, you're so sweet. All right. So here we go. Now you can paint these on the back, but I'm just going to do it as a lean-to. Or you can, you know, if you're going to put like a little hanger, you can print it, but you don't see it from the front. There you go. All right, let's see. I want to give him a little hat. But I want to use the straight part of a, okay, so about right there. Now this one you can leave, paint white. We have white in here, but I've got this, you know, we used it before on like some muslin color or a linen canvas color is really what it is. All right, let's see if we can cut it this, well, no, we want to go this way. And I think I'm only going to need one piece, but let's see. You can do these kids slang they have these days. I find myself love everything about the South but the heat. You're not lying about that. And the unpredictable heat. I just started watching about a week ago and you're as crazy as me. Sandy, you are a trip. Seeing you keep us smiling, I'm so glad. Because if I have COVID, you're going to start seeing a lot of me. Because I can't go back to work. Even though I don't hardly see too many people. But I work in a church. So I can't go back. Might make somebody sick. You keep us smiling. I'm from the North, but have lived in Tennessee for 20 years. I was so impressed the first time a funeral procession drove down the road and everybody pulled off the side of the road. Yeah, you have to pull off the side of the road till the lights go off. See, that's why, well, now I thought, see, that's me assuming. I assume that's why all funeral processions had their lights on so you would know who was in it. So that's what you do. You pull, when the next car doesn't have any lights on, you pull back on the road. That and ambulances when they come down the road. You have to pull over. But yeah, so y'all don't do that up north? Pull over on the side of the road? Did you say you had COVID? Chris, I don't know. I'm going to get tested in the morning just because I have like sinuses. And I read where that can be a symptom. Now, I'm a lot better than I was yesterday or even Sunday night. But Neely, my daughter, was going to come home. So I told them we're just going to do one of those rapid tests tomorrow to see, just to make sure. Okay. Now, we're going to turn it a little to the side. You know, it's a farmhouse. So we're going to turn it a little to the side. And I'm just going to glue this straight down. I'm actually going to put my glue on here so I make sure I don't put it too far on here. Put a little to the side. And here we are so far, our little rustic bunny. We pull over in Minnesota. Yeah, I thought it was everybody had to pull. I don't think it's something you have to do, but I thought it was something everybody did. Public service. Yeah, yes, we pull over. But not everybody pulls over, so it must not be a law, because now I have had people keep on going, you know, and that's the people you make finger gestures at. Yeah, us Southerners can show our redneckish self now. All right, let's see. And you know what I thought? I wanted to do his little buddy bottom. No, I can't. Okay. Okay. I wanted to just do a little thing on the back for his hiney for his hat, but let's see what it looks like. We might have to take his little hat off. Where is? Here it is. All right. Yeah, I'm even sitting here running my mouth. I guarantee you this is taking us forever, and all we've done is put some No. I want to keep the little hat on him, so it's not going to be... But if you didn't put his little hat on him like I did, you can actually put 2 of these down here for his little feet, like you're looking at the back of his paws, and then put a little poof right here for his hiney. And I will show you... We got some scrap pieces, what I mean. Like, take a couple of your little scrap pieces... I got all messed up talking about languages and how we speak, how well spoken we are, how we talk. Put his little feet like right here. You can put 2 different colors, like so. It wouldn't be this color, but put 2 little down here, which we still could. It could be the back of his hat. We'll go for it. All right, let's see, which one do we like? Let's do the little one that's like his hat. Peter Cottontail can just be the back of his hat. Okay. Oop, those do not cut fabric. All right, I was shocked when everyone pulled over. Everything you do in the South, yes, we do in the North. It's just common sense. Yeah, I would think so too. I know not everybody, but like I said, it's not a law, but it's just, yes. But maybe not everywhere. You know what I mean? In a big city, maybe you don't have time to do that stuff all the time. I've never lived in a big city. Just going to Augusta is about as big as this girl gets. And that's not very big at all. I mean, Augusta's big, I guess, for like, on a scale of like Waynesboro, but it's nothing like, you know, Atlanta or anything like that. All right, let's see. All right, we're just going, ooh, and that one like ragged up really cute. Look, it almost looks like little fur on his paws. All right, it's called Respect. There you go. I would think so too. Family has to pay for it. Has to pay for what? Oh, you talking about, I missed something. However, you don't scare her. It's not that bad either. The first one I took, I thought, was my sinuses too. Then 2 days later, my granddaughter tested positive, so I had to do another one that was positive. Yeah, I'm going to do that just so, you know, just because, like I said, I'm the only one that's sick, and I just want to know, too. And it's weird how some people were saying, oh, I thought I had COVID, and it's sinuses, or I thought I had sinuses, and it's COVID, so we'll just get it out the way. I mean, I'm already better, so maybe I'm just like Chris and them, because I'm sure if I have it, he's got to have it. You know, we drink after each other constantly. So we're just going to both get tested, and if we are, we'll just stay home. It says stay home 10 days from when you had your first symptoms, which would have been like Friday or Saturday for me, so you know it's not that bad. I did everything at work today that you could possibly do to, I'm going to put these little fur things at the bottom. So this is going to be like his feet. I don't know if you've seen, I couldn't bring out any other thing in here to show you. The little plaque I gave you would have been in the back. But if you look at some of the little round, because it's really popular right now to put the little bunny, his little, you know, butt in the back, whatever it is, his little bunny thing. But it's like he's sitting on his feet and they're going to be behind. So this is going to be his feet down here at the bottom. So we're just going to slap it on. And I'm putting his little, ow, as I burn my finger. I don't have my finger protectors on, my fault. His little feet back here. But we're going to make like his little toes. But I thought this was too thin. I think this will be a little bit easier to work with. Let me grab a fingers protector before I really burn the skin off my fingers. Yeah, my stir baby, we got to get tested because that way, if Neely has to come pick up Sterling, we have to meet because she misses her baby too. I think she was talking about paying, police escort. Yes, I think you do have to kind of order that, or it comes like a part of your, my sister had COVID and I was sick a month. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hopefully maybe we've caught it when the strand is weakening a little bit or something, because I've only had like a little bit of sinus issue, and it's just in my nose, which I always thought COVID was in your chest. Like, but you know, do not quote me. I am no doctor. Go to the doctor. Don't listen to other people. All right, so I'm just winding this around and around to make his little feet. Y'all, I don't want to put anything on here, eyes, 4 pieces of wood. So I'm just going to put 2 of these right here. And all I did was put a little glue and just formed a circle, like it's his little toes, even though his toes are going to be on top of each other. Whoops. All right. Sprinkled. Thank you so much, Sheila. Tail. Yeah, Bonnie Tail. My sister had COVID and was sick a month. I hate that. They still do it in the hometown. Clinton. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think you probably didn't have to have an escort a long time ago. People just maybe always pulled over. But now I think when you have to get that is when you're going long distances and they kind of rush up and stop people from pulling out. I think it just depends on your route. You go like back roads, I wouldn't think you'd need that. And when I say back roads, y'all have no idea what I'm talking about. But in the country, back roads are back roads. You would not need a police escort for the back roads I'm talking about. B3 on the top. I don't hear your chair. I didn't grease it, but I don't know what happened. I'm in the Union, South Carolina. It's free. Oh, cool. Attitude makes me smile. Oh, here, if you are a part of a funeral procession, your headlights are turned on and there is an escort. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew that you had to turn your headlights on. That's what I always wait for. When the headlights go off, you can pull back off the road. Yep, that's the only thing that's going to be good. Is Chris said he can't wait to craft with me for the next 10 days. He's laughing. You told him? I told him that maybe, you know, be safe so Neely could come home. My sinuses, Chris always says, how many wives are you up to now? Me, Buffy, Mimi, and your mom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you and I are the worst. Chris says he usually only has to please one wife. Well, he has to please Buffy, and then, you know, he takes care of his grandmama. And he was helping take care of his mama. He's like, pleasing all these women. Poor thing. Country dirt, gravel roads. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Those are back roads. They do that at my hometown. Headlights on. Do you have a fever? No. No. I wish I did. I wish I could. I mean, it's not like, it's not nasal running. It's just this right here is congested, but it's one of those, like, if I tried to blow my nose, nothing comes out. It's like when your sinuses, I didn't usually get it every year. That's why COVID never crossed my mind, because it's sinus pressure. They throb when the weather changes. I don't remember, y'all weren't on here back in the fall when it starts getting cold in the morning and at night. I did it then too. But it was not as bad as it is right now. But remember how we went from 50 to 75, almost 80 degree weather? I really knew that after that I was not going to feel good. It's always with me, my sinuses. Maybe he can try chicken this time. Poor Chris, my husband has 2 daughters, and yeah, well, Buffy, listen, she saw a TikTok. I don't know if any of y'all TikTok. There's some TikToking people. And Chris found a TikTok with this girl, and she's a young girl, gets out of a car, and what does she say, Buff? The exact words? Stay-at-home daughter. She goes, I'm a stay-at-home daughter. Like she was a stay-at-home mom, but her job was to be a stay-at-home daughter. So now that's what Buff says every day to Chris is, I can't do that because I'm a stay-at-home daughter. And poor thing, he says, like, when he has to worry about her, it's like another wife. And Mimi calls him all the time. And she'll get on his behind about something. He says, oh, my gosh. I thought I had it bad just keeping one wife happy. He got all kind of wives to keep happy. We not just turn on the emergency flashers have to be on as well. Is that the front or back door? I don't think that nobody's opened the door, but it was the door going out into there. Barometer pressure gets me all the time. Yes, it's the pressure of it. It's throbs, and it's almost like a dry nasal thing. Like there's nothing I can blow out of my nose. It's just on fire, kind of like hay fever is, but I have no fever. I thought the sinus infection, it was a gum infection. I had to have 3 rounds of antibiotics. Are you using raffia on the bunny? No, I'm not a big raffia user. All right, there is his little feet, and we're going to make him a little tail. But I forget about it sometimes. Raffia would be really, really cute, especially using this ragged material. All right, y'all, I'm going to make like just a quick little bunny tail. And all I did is I just did the glue, circled for his little feet. Just as rugged as I can. I'm going to put a little bow. Well, I really don't want to put a little bow because we're looking at the back of him. I really love the little tail, but you can't have it all, can you? But I want it. Okay, now my finger's stuck. Okay, and this is what I was talking about, these scissors. I mean, this will cut that, but barely. Earlier, when I went to cut a piece of that material, it would not even cut. It cuts, you know, like kind of heavy duty things like wood, but it won't cut fabric or anything like that. But I do love them. You don't have to sharpen them or worry about what you cut with them. No, is that the front or the back of the bunny? This is the back of the bunny. The back of him. That's the back of his hat. That's what we're going with. So I can't put a bow on him. Hey, Feefers, you found that material down there? All right, yes, y'all done got me all messed up. I'm sitting here talking about ain't, whatnot, and have not, and Scotias, and jury, Jennifer. Okay, and I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. Jewelry. Doesn't everybody say jewelry and instead of jewelry? Jewelry. My jewelry. Let me get my jewelry. My earrings. And I forget y'all say purse, not pocketbook. I think it's going to need to be even shorter than that. See, I wanted to put a little hat on him, which was last minute. But then I realized last minute, that's why I didn't have a hat, because I wanted to make it the back of him with his little feet and his little bunny tail that I couldn't remember earlier. All right. This is going to be a little bit stiffer, so just keep sitting here working with it so it'll... It'll fluff up just the way you want it to. It's almost like it needs a little more right there. Oh, they're in there laughing about something now. I hate when they have a good time in there without me. And they know that I can't stand that. I'm like, nobody needs to have a good time. I'm not having a good time with you. But y'all, if we do have this day, what are we going to do for 10 days? We're going to kill each other. Oh, my Lord, bless us. We're going to have some bless your heart moments, I am sure. Poor Chris. He says, Lord, and we do abuse him constantly. About, okay, y'all, it's looking too cute. Now, you can put this as a hanger, but I love, you know, I need things to put in my, my little wagon in there, just different carrots and bunnies. You know, we already have the bunny, so you can use all one color. I like using several shades, but I mean, it's all the same shade, but different, but like pinks and oranges, purples. Whatever your color is, I mean, you can do this jute color. I mean, you don't even have to use cloth. You can actually paint them. It just makes it look a little bit more that primitive. And especially for you people who like the primitive, you could dip this whole thing in coffee, old coffee from that morning. You can stain it a little bit darker. Did you comb it out like you did the yarn? No, I did not comb it out, but you can. And you don't really have to comb this out. See, even this is the smallest thing up until this one's a little bit bigger. And all you have to do is just pull it apart. Just like you would any kind of rope. Just start pulling it apart. No matter if it's the really thick one. I mean, even the thick cord you get from the Dollar Tree that you get like 9 feet of it. Just like this, it will all pull apart. I mean, I probably could sit here and pull it apart, and I probably would like it a little bit better, but that would be pretty time consuming. Got a larger table and do family crafts. Hey, no, that's what I'm going to have to do. We'll be able to do all of I had to send somebody to the Dollar Tree to get the rest of my plates. So we'll have that done, because I'm not going to go to work tomorrow. If I go get a test, I'm going to wait until I get it back. Get it back. Like, you know, they say it only takes a few minutes. But, okay. If you did not, here's the bigger. I'll show you. Even when it's the thick one, you still get to the end, and it's just more pieces. You just start pulling it apart, and it'll all fray out just fine. But if you don't want to put the little bunny tail on here, just like I put his little hat, I mean, I guess you could use this and maybe put some eyes on him. I didn't want to do that like we did the scarecrow. But you could put like a little bow up here, a little messy bow, or just tie a jute bow up top, especially for you that like the primitive. Make it a girl with the bow and the long tails. Yeah, but I can't put a bow on the back of it because I did like its butt. Craft in the morning and again at night. Okay, like tomorrow at lunchtime, if I am bored, which I'm going to be bored slapping my mind. What's tomorrow, Wednesday? Tomorrow, yeah, hump day. What am I doing on Wednesday? I guess we'll be doing a little bit of crafting. And I got tons and tons of craft stuff. Look, y'all, all the stuff I got from the dollar store. Now, I do not like this, and this is the stuff I'm talking about, but look. The whole thing is that you just take this off on the side, and it's, hold on, let me cut it. And look, it's got the little hooks on it all the way around. You got this big bunny. You got 3 little bunnies together, which to me is a really good thing because you cut these apart. And each one of them is just like this. You would take that off and you could wrap the jute around it. You can wrap yarn around it. Do whatever you want. You got 3 there. Now they have the egg, which I already took apart. It comes like this. And I've already taken it apart. Just like I did the hearts back here, you can do the eggs. And you can actually put 2 together if you want to make them a little bit more dimensional. They have this bunny with a little body on it. Same thing. You could take that off. You have that. Yeah, and I just got 1 of each of these, and it looks like I got a gazillion down here. This is the one that I really like. It's my favorite. It's just the bunny's head, but it's already dimensional for you. Like, once you take this stuff off, it's, you know, already got like a little pocket. You can make a little gnome with this. If you like the little gnomes. See how it's already got like a front and a back to it. B, where are you? I know you want to play in this, but you already got the front and the back and the little ears. See, you can take it apart like that. Let's see. I did get a really cute bunny. And I tell y'all all the time, I picked this up because they had a bunch of little stuffed animals out there that I love to use for parts. Like, these are really cute ears. I'm not so crazy about the bear, but I would use his ears for something. And then you could use the stuffing out of him. They actually have these longer ones that are little. You could use the ears, you could use the arm and the legs. You know, when you make gnomes and you want to have the little legs drooping off. And you already have those made for you. I mean, it just makes it so much easier to get this kind of stuff for parts. His little belly would be cute for something, who knows. But, okay, last one I think that I have out here is the little basket. Same thing. Really don't know what you would do besides really turn it into a basket, but I'm going to take it apart and see. You never know. The little eggs in it are actually just stuck in there, like on these little, got these like just little spikes in them right there. And they just stuck these eggs in there. So they come off. So not only do you have a cute little basket once you take it apart, you got 3 eggs, and I don't know what you do with these little glitter eggs, but cute little bow. And you just take that off, and it's just like the other. It's that plastic with the little corners. So we'll see what we can make with all this. You know, looks like I may have plenty of time. I'm not really sure. Basket like eggs in it, cute. That small bunny, I used eyelash yarn. It looks so cute. I did the basket. I made one with the little bunny head. You can make a whole body by cutting the ears off one and using it as the body of the other one. Good idea. Okay, I see what you're saying is cut the bunnies. She's saying cut the bunny's ears off of another one and you can just put it down there. Yeah, you could keep 3 of them and use for a snowman one day because you got the little hats. You know, don't think you can't use these for other holidays. I always tell y'all that. Save your projects. But y'all, I think this is going to do better once I do pull it all out. I have enjoyed this cute stuff as always. Love you too, girl. All right, well, I will let y'all go. I have kept y'all on here long enough with our country accents and all that. So I'm going to go put this in my basket. And now that I have all of my Valentine's Day down, we'll be able to bring some of our bunny stuff out here so I can have it in the background. But I love this. I love this color. And I mean, you can, like I said, you can add eyes to yours. I just wanted mine to be a little primitive. I don't think I can go quite as primitive as some of you do, but I do. Thank y'all for the hearts. That's so sweet. I don't know what hearts mean in Facebook land, but I think it's something good. Use the glitter eggs for pics. Yes, you can. And this would look really cute on a wreath. I'm just going to kind of stick different. I want to make all kind of different little rustic bunnies for my wheelbarrow. My little wagon thing. Glad I caught you live. Thank you too, Martha. I hope your test is negative. Have a good night. Me too. All right. I will see y'all tomorrow.